I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man.
I'll promise to let it go now.
Bare, man. I've breathed the mountain air, man. I've traveled, I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere. Been to Tullamore, Seymour, Lismore, Malula, Barnham, Bourne, Rochester,
Leeton.
Marilla, Birdsville, Emmaville, Wallaville, Connemara,
Leeton.
Strathround, Proserpine, Alladala, Darwin, Gingin, Lilliquin, Muckdilla,
Leeton.
Bougainville, Cumberland, I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man.
Yes, you may have kicked up on that. That we're going to Leeton, and we tried to find this man about 5 weeks ago and couldn't find him because he was out on the hustings. We now have to introduce him by his new title, Councillor Nicholas Wright. Good morning and welcome to the Two Blokes Chatting radio show.
Hello, Neil. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate. The other voice you will hear is Rob. Congratulations on your elevation to office.
Well, thank you very much. I take the oath of office on Tuesday, but yeah, I'm very, very happy.
We only have our elections coming up starting on Monday of this week. Yours done and dusted a little while ago, Nicholas.
Yeah, that's right. Everywhere in New South Wales at the same time, and now, but there are a lot of elections that will happen again because they didn't have enough candidates, actually. So there'll be a bunch of by-elections.
So I've been doing a few candidate interviews on the pulse for the council elections coming up around the Geelong region. So I'll start off with the standard question I'm asking everyone. Nicholas, tell us a little bit about yourself and why you want to stand for council in Leeton.
Well, I've been involved in a lot of community activities over the last 6 or 7 years, and I just felt like I could do more in the council. The council has been a sort of anchor institution for all of the not-for-profit activities in Leeton. So it's sort of the natural next step for me. Also, I feel like at this stage of my life I've gained the skills to be able to contribute. And I also think that it's time for my generation to step up into the political sphere, and you can't complain about anything if you're not willing to put your hand up.
Oh, you can. You've got a radio show. We do it quite frequently. But probably we should do something about it. So the obvious question that we've got people throwing things at the radio at the moment, where do we find Leeton?
Leeton, if you hop on the dirt highway for about an hour and then another half an hour through Naranja up the irrigation way, so all to the northwest of Wagga, you will arrive at Leeton.
Now, I was in Leeton about 2 years ago, and it struck me as just being a nice little country town. That's how I would describe it.
Yeah, it is nice, and it was designed by the Burley Griffins as one of their practice towns before they did Canberra.
So there'd be lots of avenues that go round and round and round in circles.
I was going to say, but Leeton must be crappy if Canberra's their second effort.
Well, it's actually, I think perhaps his vision was better suited to small towns.
Might be it.
I like it. You try and start to intersect, highways and things, that's where it gets a bit iffy.
Now, when I was a kid, we used to always talk about that part of the world as being very much around rice. Is that still the go?
Yep, it is still a core part of our economy. We have all the rice processing facilities as well. But we still have a huge amount of citrus and grapes. A quarter of the country's wine is developed, it comes out of our region, Murrumbidgee irrigation area. And we also have huge plantings of walnuts as well now. So those are the big four, and then obviously outside the irrigation area there's still all the wheat and canola and sheep and cows, so yeah.
Now, I remember, again, being a kid, we used to refer to your part of the world as the MIA, the Murrumbidgee irrigation area. You're not that much further north than the Murray, though, are you? How far are you from the Murray versus the Murrumbidgee?
I couldn't tell you in kilometres. It's about 2.5 hour drive down the Newell.
Okay, and to get to the Murrumbidgee?
To the Murrumbidgee River? Only 10 minutes.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you're quite close to it in that part of the world. Here's a piece of trivia for you, Robert, and I bet you didn't know this, Nicholas. Originally, the intention was to make the Murrumbidgee the border between Victoria and New South Wales, and somehow or another wires got crossed and they ended up using the Murray. So you could have been a Victorian.
Oh, no, I'd still be a New South Welshman because I'm just to the north of the Murray.
Okay, fair enough.
Covered.
Yeah.
A gratuitous free plug to the boss here. At the Henty Field Day recently, there was a couple of chaps from Leeton dropped into the site to have a look at a nucky pickup front for their canola crop, and they were talking about things up there being sort of okay, but desperately in need of a rain. That was 4 weeks ago. Have you had that rain, and how are the farmers?
We've had bits of rain on and off, but not a big soak in the last 4 weeks. So, but it's definitely La Nina. We definitely it's been a wetter and cloudier winter so far. But I think you'll find that different farmers with different crops like the weather in different ways at the same time.
Yes, that's right. That's the Goldilocks effect, as we talk about here. Yes.
And good morning to Claudia, if she's listening as well. And people say local government people don't do much. In the last 4 weeks you've been a councillor, in the last 4 weeks it started to rain. You take the oath of office on Tuesday. Can we expect a really big soaking next week as you start to take more and more accountability?
Maybe a champagne, I don't know.
So, Nicholas, the importance to little country town is the health and well-being of the agricultural world. Are you in that yourself?
No, I'm not. My family used to have farms in the Murray irrigation area, but we moved out of farming in the late 80s. So, yeah. I work at the TAFE in town, so I'm part of the education sector, which is actually the biggest employer in Leeton.
Excellent. And are you going to be a roads, rates and rubbish type councillor? It sounds to me if you've worked in community organisations, you're probably one of those who feel that the role of a local council is a little bit broader than just basics.
I think that the role is broader, and it's not a future aspiration, it's the present reality. Especially in a place like Leeton where it is a very prosperous location. Of course, we have to look at financial sustainability, and there are certainly differing views in the community currently about some of the larger infrastructure spends of our council. But it comes down to the nitty-gritty of the accounting, and it's not catastrophic, and it's certainly nothing we can't overcome if we're just sensible about it. What I love about the council is that it takes a really active role in the cultural life of the town. We don't have a big tourism industry because all of our labour is soaked up in the manufacturing and agricultural sector. So we really need our local institutions, including the council, to keep that cultural life alive just for us to have that, just for our own use, really, our own purposes. We do get some tourists, and we are getting more gradually, and that's great, but really what I love is that we're increasing the amount of cultural activities that actually include people from all different backgrounds. We've had our first Pride Festival last year. We've had our first Mooncake Festival here, also known as Mid-Autumn Festival, among the Chinese diaspora and some other Southeast Asian cultures. It's really we've had Ramadan night markets. It's just really good, and you do need some kind of support from local government. It really makes it gives it that basis for stability.
Because you've also, and we've only got a minute or so left, but you're also part of an outfit called Leeton Connect. Tell Rob a bit about Leeton Connect and why it's so important.
Yeah, well, Leeton Connect is something I've been involved with since its beginning, about 5 years ago. It is the peak body for not-for-profits in Leeton. Not-for-profits fill a huge role in our community and our community needs, and we have different not-for-profits actually providing essential services out where we are that probably people in larger towns and cities take for granted. So we really needed some kind of support system for those not-for-profit organisations, and Leeton Connect provides that. It provides training and support and funding opportunities and help with that sort of thing for all the not-for-profits, because not-for-profits they usually have very enthusiastic, passionate people, but they start to burn out and they get caught up in the paperwork, and those are the kinds of things that can stop those organisations from actually being able to provide their essential service. So we don't want that to happen, so we needed that second level of support, that second layer in the not-for-profit sector in Leeton. So it's been a great success so far. We do a lot of training, and I feel that we've kept some
Oh,